Hello, my name is Laura Cody, and this is my learning presentation for the class. What I chose to do was the life cycle of a butterfly for second grade. And what I chose is different centers on all different subjects of math, writing, reading, so the students are able to learn the cycle of a butterfly. First of all, what I would do, I would start off by watching the video with the students. Oh yeah, by the way, these are my helpers, David, my oldest son, Anthony, and the little one, Andrew. What I would do is, first of all, I would start with a video of the life cycle of a butterfly. This way, the students who are ESL students or also comprehension-wise and reading and everything, they can have a better visual of what the life cycle of a butterfly is. Then after that, I would do is I would read the Very Hungry Caterpillar to the students also, so they can have the visual as well of what the cycle is of the butterfly. And also they can see it for all different type of students, because lots of students are visual or some of them like to read. And that's what I would do with the students. I would first off start with the students with the video and then the book, so they can have a better understanding of the life cycle of the butterfly. One of my centers is right here. This is for reading. What the students would do is butterfly, butterfly, a poem. They would get the papers right there, butterfly, butterfly. I would read it as well as a class to all the students. Then they will be able to color it, and then they're going to have to cut it, and they're going to have to put it in different stages of the life cycle of the butterfly. When they color it and then they put the different stages, then the booklet is they're going to make a booklet out of it. And here is kind of how it would look like. They would color it and then they would put it in the order of how it goes of the life cycle of the butterfly. Then after that, I would let them do a math center. And this is for all kids, because I know each child is at a different stage in mathematics. So what I would do for some students, I would do addition, some others subtraction, multiplication, or even a mixture depending on the child's level of math. And also right here what I would do, it says color all answers of 3 in pink. And that's going to be like a guidance to what they have to do, so I can see their mathematics and see how well they're doing in math and all that. And you can see that's the picture of a butterfly. Next, I will do a science life cycle. Here there's 2 different life science cycle that they would do. They would cut in color as well. They would put it in the life cycle. And also for this project, what I would like to do as well is in the classroom buy like a startup butterfly kit, so they can see the progress in class daily. And like that, they can also see how it can come from a caterpillar to a butterfly within the classroom. We can have a good experiment with that as well with the students. And this right here also says the life cycle 1, life cycle 2, life cycle 3. So they would put it in order of how it should go, which process it is first for the life cycle of the butterfly. The next one is going to be writing. This is the shape of the cover for the book, and the students will color it, design it how they want it, and then we'll make it into a booklet, and inside the booklet they'll have to write. Also, this is great for any type of student, special ed, gifted, talented, ESL students, all of that. Depending on their writing, depends on how many worksheets I would put. If I know students are able to elaborate more and everything, then I'll put more worksheets for those students that are more gifted and talented and are able to write. And for the ones that are learning or still struggling with writing, they'll have less worksheets. Also for the ESL students, since I'm bilingual, what I would do is, depending on the student's writing in English, I will make them write in Spanish if they're still not capable of writing in English. So that's what I would do with this, and see their grammar and comprehension and their writing overall in Spanish, how they did for that. My other center, what I would do is art. There are lots of kids that like artistic. They love to do art and everything, but this is with teacher assistant, because it's what I did right here is the crayons that are torn, that are broken, that nobody wants. Well, what I did is I did the crayon shaving, and I used wax paper. These are wax papers that I used. What I did is I put one wax paper at the bottom, then the shaving crayons in the middle, and then another wax paper. This is where the teacher assistant should come in, because I use an iron to melt down those things, and these are the outcomes of when the iron melted them. What the students will do is they're going to grab two worksheets, and they're going to cut them out. Well, they're going to cut them out. They have to cut 2 figures of these out, and this is how it will look right there in the purple. Those 2 are how it comes out. And what they're going to do is they're going to grab one, and they're going to have to put it here in the middle, and then they're going to have to cut out the shape of it so it can get in between those 2 butterflies. They're going to glue it in between the 2 butterflies printouts that they did, and the outcome is going to be this right here, how the outcome is. And he's giving it right now. That's how it's going to be, and that's the outcome of the art butterfly that the students would do. And you see I use pipe cleaners at the very top that they can use for that butterfly, and lots of kids like to do this out because it's just the art. Lots of kids like art. I mean, if you notice in most of my centers, it's a lot of coloring for the motor skills, fine motor skills too, that many kids still need for that age if they haven't gotten the grasp of it yet. And then after that, all kids are able to fly their little butterflies in class, and they can see how butterflies, and just having a little experience with the butterflies. The other one I would do is also a little bit harder, and these will be more for the kids that are able to read and do comprehension and all that. They're going to have to compare and contrast butterflies. They're going to have to see what the difference is and everything. So there's some worksheets here on what it says, butterflies and moths. It's going to give information about butterflies, give information about moths, and what they're going to read it. And then after that, here are the printouts. What they're going to have to do is, and as you can tell, and then right here is the butterfly, and there's the moth. And then they're going to see which one goes into either or. So they're also, I can see their comprehension and reading. Like I said, these are, depends on the students. I might have to read to some students, and all like the dyslexia students and all that, you have to read to those students as well, and then ask them the question, and then they can answer it and see what there is. So like I said, these were my learning centers for my class. Like I said, these all students are able to do it, but like I said, you have to kind of do little differences here and there about it. For example, like I said, in the math, you have to do, depending on the student's math level and all that stuff, and the writing level as well. But all students will enjoy to do this, and at the same time learn the life cycle of a butterfly and see how the butterfly is, also with the experiment of having a butterfly in our classroom and seeing how it has came from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Well, I thank you for watching, and this is my presentation for the centers for the class.